were handcuffed and later taken to jail.
Why are they putting this on us?
I think they should cut it out now, because this ain't gonna solve the problem.
I told you I don't want you living with roaches.
Warning. This show contains graphic depictions, tasteless banter, and real-life accounts of the most nefarious of activities. Yea, though they do try to project themselves as upstanding, productive members of society, these two knuckleheads just ain't worth a damn. If any of you should find this show to be offensive, turn it off and stop being such a vagina.
What up, cracker? Hey man, I'm talking to you. Why are you making bubbles?
Hey, what's up, dude?
I don't know. Sounds like you're, taking the pot over there.
I'm glad to be here, Dave. It's good to be with you, bro. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, have you ever heard of patent number 6,630,507?
I can't say that I have, Dave.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah.
Okay. Well, we all know cannabis is illegal, right?
In Louisiana, yeah.
Yeah. It's a Schedule 1 drug
Dude,
in
there's
Louisiana.
Still smoke coming out my fucking filter.
Which, by definition, means it has no apparent medicinal qualities, as stated by our government.
It's fucking it hurts me every time I hear that.
Yeah. That same government owns patent number 6,630,507.
Okay.
Which is for the potential use of non-psychoactive cannabinoids to protect the brain from damage or degeneration caused by certain diseases such as cirrhosis. The government owns patents on weed.
No shit.
Yes, sir. Patent number 6,630,507.
Okay, wow. That's yeah, I had no idea that was the reality of the situation.
Yep, it's like that, and that's the way it is.
And it's like that. And that's the way it is. That's what you just said, huh?
Yeah,
So
bruh.
you were just a rapper right there.
Yep.
And a knowledge spitter.
Bruh.
You were a scientist rapper.
The patent also covers cannabinoids that are useful in treating things like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and HIV, and dementia. But they classify it
Class 1,
as
Schedule 1.
as a Schedule 1 drug,
Yeah.
which means it has no apparent medicinal use.
No use for any human consumption.
It's fucked up, y'all. That's fucked up, y'all. Just saying.
That was a shout out to ODB.
Hey man, right before we started to press the record button on this episode, we got a little ahead of ourselves. We couldn't wait, so we took a shot.
We did. It was delicious.
When we take a shot on this show, I don't know how they do it on any other show.
We ain't really worried about no other show.
No, we ain't worried about no other show. No how.
This is really how it's done.
Yeah. I would say any pre-existing business should model themselves after us.
Yeah, we follow. I think we follow a European model. We believe in siestas.
I'm American. What the hell has a siesta got to do with Europe, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't pre-discuss. No, bullshit. I follow a European workday model, whereas we're allowed to have Bloody Marys in the morning, and we're allowed to take naps during the day.
Bloody Marys during the morning, that's diplomatic, really.
It's
if you gotta poke your pinky out while you're taking a sip, just do you. That's fine, but we still respect you nonetheless.
Brunch on a Wednesday. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Something like with the word Benedict in there.
Yes. Whether it's eggs or fucking over sauce.
Yeah, something.
Benedict.
I mean,
fucking Napoleon.
Let's
eggs,
make sure.
Napoleon,
Yeah.
Oysters, Rockefeller, presidents.
That's it.
Dictators.
Your napkin doesn't have to be
conquerors.
mid of cloth. We still respect you all the same.
Who knows?
So
it's all crazy.
Anyway, the fact remains, young Todd, that we did a shot, so it's time. Do you know what it's time for?
Man, I do know what time it is.
I didn't bring this with me last 3 episodes. I forgot
know.
it, so now I know you miss it, and I know you want it.
I tell you what, I'm glad you brought it, but I almost have. There's a little bit of intrepidation here. It's almost intimidating, should I say?
We could take another shot just to be able to do the damn thing. But guess what time it is?
The wheel of shit.
shit. Yeah. Let me break it down to our newcomers. The Wheel of Shit. It's constructed by yours truly out of...
It's truly a marvel of
Yeah.
modern engineering.
It's constructed out of a cigar box. It's got a wheel on top and maybe a switch or two, and it breaks down categories like women, family, job, drugs, friends, things of that nature.
All the fun stuff in life.
Every time we take a shot on Reloaded504, we Rochambeau to see who faces the Wheel of Shit.
Man, I so love the Rochambeau.
And the Wheel of Shit has those subjects on it because you have to discuss whatever subject it lands on. You have to discuss how that particular subject went to shit.
Yeah. So that's the twist, right, Dave?
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
all you guys out there, that's the twist. So we basically Dave has constructed a wheel of horrible stories.
Yeah, it's
Horrible and embarrassing stories.
I made it, and now I dread facing it. Be honest.
Because I in my spare time have mastered Rochambeau.
This dude, I think, read a book on how to master Rochambeau.
We gonna see. But anyway, so this is the Wheel of Shit, man. I'm excited. I'm glad to have it back, and I'm excited, Dave.
I know I missed it. I felt naked last 3 episodes without it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It wasn't the same, certainly.
So we took a shot. I want to put it out there that we drank that shot to Dr. John, who recently passed away. Was near and dear to, I'm sure, many New Orleanians. Mac Rebenak, the Night Tripper. We miss you, bruh.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace.
Go easy.
Yeah.
All right, we got a Rochambeau and face the Wheel of Shit. Are you ready? Now look me in the eyes, motherfucker. Don't be looking at my hands. You're cheating. I don't know how, but you're cheating. All right? Look me in the eyes. Don't look at my hands, and we're gonna see what happens.
All day. I'm
ready?
ready. I'm ready.
All right.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, bam! Ah!
All right.
Yeah.
Hey. Man, I feel like we need to. Yeah. Because it was almost unfair the amount of defeats you were getting. It started to get to like.
It's so suspicious that I just told you to look me in the eyes instead of looking at my hands, and you just lost. You realize?
Maybe I just gave you a.
Do you realize?
You know how you get pool hustled, right?
You know what?
This is not unsimilar.
All right, go for what you know. Hold it up for the
I don't know how this thing.
the camera.
Look. Oh.
Yeah.
Where will? Right. We need some speed.
It's got something inside of it that's rattling around, but it can be it's totally a zero gravity contraption.
This is the Wheel of Shit. Where will it stop? Nobody knows. It
All right.
could be the drugs. It could be the hoes. I don't really know.
All right, what is it landing on?
Friends.
Oh.
What does that mean?
That means you need to talk about when a situation with friends went to shit.
Oh, I get to talk about a situation when, man, I tell you what, I'm glad that I land. This is almost fateful. This is almost like it was meant to be.
Yeah, it was.
Dave, today I'm proud to announce to our listeners and to our viewers, to our fans, to our friends, family, everyone, that today we had a reunion of sorts, Dave. We really did.
Yeah.
So today Dave and a good friend of ours, I'll say that, I feel comfortable saying that now, a good friend of ours, Nick. Dave and Nick kind of had they saw each other for the first time today. They hadn't seen each other for a while. It was a bit of a rift. Obviously we're not going to get into that, but look, grown men put bullshit behind them. They did that today, and it's fucking awesome, man.
I think you're just surprised that I set beef aside, or so-called beef.
Yo, either way, I don't care. Look,
Right,
I'm proud.
how is this the time friends went to shit though?
I'm taking this opportunity to big up what happened.
So this
today.
was an announcement before you faced the Wheel of Shit.
I will face the Wheel of Shit. Absolutely, I
Right.
will talk about how horrible. Like sometime that
Let's get down to the nut cut.
Anyway, I'm just bigging up, bro. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all fucking did something that had.
I'm
it's
fucking capable.
been a long
man.
time coming, bro.
I'm
That's
capable.
all I'm saying.
I'm capable of being civil.
And that's awesome. Anyway, with that said, man, let me think, man. There's so many times that I mean, there's the time. Okay, well, since we brought Nick into the narrative, maybe I can discuss the one time that me and Nick had a rift.
There we go.
So this, again, I mean, this really should go without saying, listeners, fans. Whenever you spin the wheel of shit, we're on a bit of a hot seat, right? Not comfortable at all because we're telling a story that is
about when your life went wrong.
Yeah, so
Shit started sucking because of what you were doing.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the story about me and my buddy Nick. So I'm thinking circa maybe this was like 2001. This was like early 2000s. I'm thinking.
Okay.
And it was like me and the crew, whoever it was. I know it was me. It was my partner. All names are changed to protect the innocent. Me and my partner Russell.
Of course.
My boy Nick didn't change his name. He's not innocent.
Too late for that.
I'm pretty sure you were there.
Yeah.
Dave was there.
I think.
And then various females who we will never name for obvious reasons.
Nope.
Because we are
Didn't
either
even
married
exist.
or in relationships.
Yep.
So it's just not going to happen.
Don't know them.
But yeah. So
We
what
don't
happens?
love them hoes. We don't love them
We
hoes.
don't.
We don't
We
love them
love
hoes. We
them
don't love them
hoes.
hoes. We don't love them hoes.
Them hoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we were at the Fly, if I'm not mistaken, and if I am mistaken, that's just where I'm going with the story. So
I have no idea what you're about to say.
I'm telling a story about the time that Nick and I got in a fight.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, I don't know.
I'm just trying to preface it, bruh.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think we were at the Fly. Could be wrong, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. So we're about to leave. I think we're in 3 cars. I think I was in the driver's seat. I was driving. Russell was in the passenger seat. Allegedly, this Russell. Again, made up name.
Character person.
Yeah. And Nick was a passenger, I believe, in maybe your car. I'm not sure. I think there was 3 cars. Either way, so my buddy Nick runs up and slaps me in the side of the head. And I really didn't understand what the hell he did that for. It was confusing to me.
Like he was being a prankster?
It was funny maybe to somebody, but it wasn't funny to me.
Oh, you didn't appreciate it.
No, like I didn't feel like I deserved it. I didn't feel like I did anything to deserve it. Like I wasn't an asshole to him. It was almost like a weird thing that like a guy would do out of like nervousness and insecurity. But it had an adverse reaction.
That was a little personal jab in there, man. Suppose it was just a joke. Like that's usually what people do when they joke.
I don't know. I've never slapped
some.
somebody as a fun joke.
You never saw like any episode of Jackass? Like that's all they
But
did.
we aren't like we don't run like that, bro. Like we didn't walk around like jackassing each other.
All right, so this was in a parking lot?
Yeah, so we're about to pull off, about to go back to our place, right? Because we were living. I say our place because we were living across from each other at a condo building.
Oh yeah. We each had condos across the hall from each other. Right. So we get back to the parking lot.
So we would basically take the party to the hallway of our. It was a regular thing to kind of take things back. There was a pool in the hot tub or whatever. It was just kind of a place to go. Anyway, so that happened to be, I believe, a place to go. That was our destination. So Nick, whatever, this guy Nick, he comes up, my partner Nick, he comes up and he smacks me, and I'm trying to make this quick, bro. I know I talk long. Comes up and smacks me in the side of the head, and then like we're up, and then he runs and gets in his car, and we all pull off, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I have my boy Russell, allegedly Russell, and my riding shotgun. And he's like, what the fuck? You gonna let that dude get away with that shit, bro? That's fucked up, man. Like fucking dude's chirping in my ear, right? Like,
yeah,
like
chirp.
You know, so a little peer pressure got to me. At the time, like I was like doing my little boxing thing, so like I was ready to fight anybody anyway.
Yeah.
And he just happened to be somebody that hit me in my face, right? Like
hit you in the back of the head or in your face?
Duh, like that.
Across the side of your face. So he bitch slapped you?
He slapped me essentially.
All right, but you said in the back of the head first.
Smack.
I mean, it matters.
Dude, if a hand goes through a windshield at the just picture a driver.
Where on your head did he hit you? It matters. I'm asking.
Across the side of the head.
Okay, so the side of your face, he slapped you on the side of your face.
So whatever.
That's a problem. In the back of the head, maybe not. But across the front of your face, like that's a problem.
It didn't touch my nose.
Okay.
It didn't make it that far. His fingers didn't extend that far.
All right, but it was like still on the side of your head, not the back.
But it touched the skin that fell beyond my sideburns.
Okay.
If that makes any sense to the listeners. Anyway, I felt like he fucking went too far. So I basically...
You were ready to fight, and then you had to do it in your ear saying, what you gonna do about that?
So I get out the car when we get to my place, and I asked Nick if he meant to do what he said, or if he meant to do what he did. And I asked him that, and as soon as he said yes, then I punched him.
I remember that.
And that was it.
Yeah?
I mean, that wasn't it, but yeah, we got into a fight.
So that was the time friends went to shit.
Yeah, it was bad, man. You know, because that's horrible. I mean, Nick and I are great friends. Love them to death, man. Like, fuck, we spend time with each other's families. We go on vacations. Yeah, nothing but love. But, shit happens.
Yeah, gotta draw a line somewhere, bro. So now, from that point on, he knows, don't slap Todd on the side of the face.
I mean, don't slap any grown man on the side of the face.
He knows not to let his fingers extend past your sideburns.
That's where the line is drawn.
That's where the line is drawn. And now he knows.
Yeah. Everybody learns lessons different ways. I learned a valuable lesson that day. Don't take what your friends have to say.
Don't let them egg you on so much.
Yeah, man. Peer pressures. Don't go for peer pressure, kids.
And don't slap your friends on the side of the head. They could get dementia. You don't know.
It could have caused hearing problems.
You could have walked away with Parkinson's.
Hearing problems way down the road, which probably may have contributed to some of my hearing woes.
Could be. It could be like what made you so dumb all of a sudden.
It could have been a concussion.
Yeah, you could have been concussed.
I was in the formative years.
Yeah.
So
it changed the course of your life when his fingers extended past your sideburns.
Well, then I feel 100% justified by not only taking action that day, but also in rehashing that story today.
Speaking of dementia, have you ever had any experiences with demented people, like that have really had the medical diagnosis of dementia? Have you ever been around somebody that had dementia?
I don't know. It's a good question. I've been around a lot of crazy fucking people, man. Like, yeah. I don't know. I guess I could say we all have, but like I've been around crazy females that I've been like literally like, holy shit, this is
crazy
not
females.
normal.
That's hormones. That's not dementia.
No,
I got this story I got to tell you. I don't know if I ever told you this story, bro. Could you I don't know. What is that? Oh, that's the. He has to reset the camera, y'all. 1, 2, 3.
I mean that didn't hurt too bad.
Nah. Yeah, so check the story out, right? I'm in high school. I'm a freshman in high school, and I was in the 4-H club.
Okay.
And
I never knew what the 4-H club. I remember seeing it. It was like a
I
clover.
was in it, and I don't even know what the fuck the point of it was. It was like civic duty type of thing. Like they would just do stuff for the community. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was in the 4-H club as a freshman in high school, and one of our tasks was to go to an old folks home and pass out these knitted booties, like these little slip-on booties for people's feet.
The elderly were gonna supposedly wear.
Yeah, their feet get cold, they're frail, they're old, they got bad circulation. So you go over there, and basically what the thing was is you go there and you introduce yourself, let them know who you are, where you're coming from, and maybe it was around a holiday like Christmas or something, so you're like, Merry Christmas, here's some booties, or something like that, right? So that's the mission, right? So that's what I'm doing, right? So I got these booties in my hand, and I'm just supposed to like walk down the hall and stop in each door and like do all of this introduction and give them the booties, Merry Christmas, move on, right?
Are you with a partner?
Yes, somebody was with me. I couldn't even
pick
them.
Yeah, they have to put you in groups of 2.
Couldn't,
so
yeah, we were like in groups
pull
of
some
2.
Shady shit like, hey, old lady, shove the sock up the...
I couldn't even pick them out of a lineup. I don't remember who I was with, but this shit made the hair on the back. This shit made the hair on the back of my neck stand up, bro. This experience.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I went into the wrong wing of the old folks' home.
Ooh.
A place that we weren't supposed to go.
Right.
This is where the people that had dementia were. And I walk into this room, and there's this lady sitting on, what do you call those? It's like a single couch seat.
Ottoman.
No, it flips back with the lazy boy. She's sitting in like a lazy boy, and I mean, for all intents and purposes, she's dressed, and you know her clothes ain't on backwards. She's not like drooling out the side of her head or none of that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking anything of it. And I walk up to her and I introduce myself and I tell her what I'm there to do. And here's a pair of booties. Merry Christmas or whatever. And she looks at me straight faced and then just starts laughing. I didn't tell no fucking joke. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this adult is crazy. I need to like back away slowly.
And you're like 16 or some shit? Like 15?
I was a freshman, so
you're 14, 13
14, yeah, 13 or 14 years old.
Yeah, just like
That was my
fuck?
first experience with like
Yeah.
a documented crazy individual, and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I still gave it a booties, but I fucking backed up slowly, and then tried to I went for answers. I'm like, why am I being subjected to this shit? This is not what I signed up for.
Really?
What the fuck's going on? Yeah. And then they were
They
like,
need to protect you from shit like that.
by the way, you're not even supposed to be in this wing of the facility.
Yeah, well, where's my fucking chaperone, bitch?
I could have fucking disappeared. Somebody could have duct taped me and threw me in a closet.
That'd
or
have been a
some
rat.
shit. Yeah.
Holy
Scared
shit,
the
Dave.
shit
it was
out of me,
so
dude.
close to fucking just not ever becoming a podcaster.
But you got to realize, yeah, I know, right? You got to realize, like, those people are in there for the rest of their lives. They don't realize it, but it's basically like a life sentence. Once you park an old person in there, and especially if they don't even know what the fuck's going on because they don't know what reality is anymore.
Yeah.
That's it for life.
Dude.
They're there for life.
Yeah, man. Hospices freak me out.
Any facility like that freaks me out. Prisons freak me out. Like,
Dude.
places that are made to house people permanently are not fucking cool.
Yeah, man.
I don't want nothing to do with them.
Yeah, a lot
like-
of that.
Like,
a lot of it I don't really understand. A lot of it
what's the fucking point
freaks me out. Freaks me
of
out.
like somebody gets sent to prison, right? They get 2 life sentences. Why doesn't that equal? Why not just put them to death? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a wrap. We all know.
It's moral shit.
Doesn't matter.
That's political.
It's fucked up. I don't like it. You might as well put them to death.
it's
I don't want
money.
to pay for them to be there for
Everything
the rest of their
boils down.
lives.
Look, the bottom line. I can say that it's moral. I can say it's political. The bottom line, it's money. It comes down to money.
Yeah, it comes down to money for me too. Because like, okay, you got this guy. He killed Ricky. He killed Bobby. So let's go ahead and just put him down. You know what I'm saying?
And
what
then
do you,
you'll have people
What do you
that
do with the
say-
family dog when you can't afford the payments on that motherfucker? Right? You put him down. Right?
Kill him, right.
Why can't we do that for everybody else? I don't understand that shit.
Because I'll tell you why, Dave. Because the media runs lemmings, right? Like, so people actually believe. So you have one side saying that a life of incarceration is going to save the taxpayers all this money, right? That's the way to go. And then you have people saying
As
no.
opposed to putting them down.
You haven't heard the argument that execution is far more expensive than
There's no fucking way. There's no way. If they put somebody
Yeah,
in
dude.
jail for
You
2
need-
life sentences at 20 years old and he lives to be 80, that means for 60
Hey,
years we got to feed and house him and clothe him. No way.
I-
It's cheaper to just put him down.
No, but because of the... All right, so what you have to take into consideration is the legal process. They're due appeals. And
Okay,
those appeals,
three of them.
and they take at least... So we're talking a 20-year process or a 10-year We're talking a long process to get through 3 appeals.
That sucks. We need to streamline that shit. This is my idea. We need to have a game show where death is almost guaranteed, and then give them the option. Be
Yeah.
like, look, you're gonna spend 60 years.
Dude, they had movies like that. What was the movie?
Death Row Game Show.
I haven't seen...
It's a B movie.
It
If
sounds
y'all
awesome.
Reloaded 504ians, if y'all ain't ever heard of that shit, Death Row Game Show is a gangster ass movie. It's a B movie. All the actors are unknown and they suck, but it's hilarious because the premise is perfect. And this is the premise. This is where I got the idea from. Instead of locking them away for life, you take somebody that's on death row and you put them in a game show where death is quite possible, if not imminent.
I want to say that there was a movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger played, like an A movie that was about this premise as well.
I don't know.
Like circa late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s.
I prefer B movies.
I know you do. I don't.
No?
Yeah. Like, I just never... Dude, it's so hard to get me to sit down for a movie that, like, for me to...
Can't you imagine laughing at something that's so absurd?
Of course.
Horrible acting and,
I
like,
get
a crazy
it. Look,
premise?
I get it 100%. Like, I really do. Like, but I don't... That medium doesn't capture me.
No?
Yeah.
Shit. Reloaded504 don't listen to Todd. Listen to Dave.
I mean...
Go seek out Death Row Game Show. It's probably on
Yo,
YouTube. I don't even know. I got it
I'm
on
not-
a box set of B movies.
Yeah, I'm not discounting any of your recommendations. And I do have favorite movies. I'm just saying I'm not a big movie guy, that's all. I'm music all day. Like, I have to... If music is in my background 100% of the time of my life.
So you might have answered my next question. You're locked away for life, so you're losing your freedom in that scenario. What if you have to lose a sense, like permanently? You got to pick one of your senses to lose, but in return, one of your senses is heightened. That's only fair, because like people talk about blind people, how they have a heightened sense of smell or a heightened sense of hearing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So okay. Obviously, you're not going to choose hearing as one of your senses that you're going to lose.
Well, shit, I don't know. I mean, when you narrow it down like that, like just because I would prefer in my real life to listen to music all the time as opposed to watch TV doesn't mean that if you gave me the choice,
I would cling to my sense of hearing because I love music too much, like you're saying. Losing your sense of smell ain't that bad.
Dude, losing your sense of hearing is almost nothing because you have your sense of feel. Hearing is vibration.
Yeah, but we're only having to choose one that we're losing. So
I know, but I'm just trying to
get
make
down
sense
to the
of
nut
it.
cutting and tell us which one would you lose.
Yeah, right. Smell. Like
The only thing that disappoints me about losing sense of smell, and I'm gonna be dead honest with you right here, never being able to smell pussy.
That's big.
That really is big.
That's big
You can
because
smell pheromones. They turn you on.
dude, do you think your brain's still gonna work that way though? Like if your olfactory system isn't working,
Can't
so
smell the pussy. It's
No.
probably still gonna turn
It
you on.
still goes to your brain though. Like do the same stimuli go to your brain? Although it doesn't go to the same sensors that.
I don't know how this works scientifically, but I'm just saying, like, what if you had to lose?
I hear you. Yeah, it probably.
So what is it? What is there?
Dude, I'll do
five
alright.
senses.
Let's do the
name the five
process
senses
of elimination. It's
Right.
not going to be feeling because I'm not going to want to like.
Yeah,
I
that
want to
would
be able to
how
feel
the fuck
stuff.
would you function, walk and talk and shit?
Right,
that?
you're like your dick would become useless immediately.
You'd probably drool because you can't feel your mouth open or closed.
Yeah, if you lose your feeling, then you become a blob. Like you can't function.
Yeah, you don't even know whether you got to go to the bathroom. You probably just shit on yourself. You don't even know it because you can't feel it.
That's fucking frightening.
Yeah, it is frightening.
Okay, so
All
let's
right,
rule
so
that one out.
Feelings going.
Yeah, and then vision, right? So let's go with vision second. Okay, that sucks. Nobody wants to be blind.
Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine that either. What else we got?
You can probably deal with blindness, but it would be difficult. Like, yeah, so
We're gonna put that on a back burner. No.
I'll cross it out. Just say
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah.
I want to keep my vision.
All right,
Then-
so
then
we're
you got-
keeping feeling, we're keeping vision. What else we got?
Then you got hearing. You got hearing. You can hear stuff.
I can't part with that. I love music too much.
I feel like my hearing is so fucked up, Dave. Like my everyday natural, like if I went and saw a doctor, my hearing,
Really?
I think it's flawed.
You think you would fail a hearing test?
Dude, either that or I have like a girlfriend who talks way too low and just gives me ear paranoia. Because, dude, I say what? What did you say? More than any person I know.
My wife does that to me, but she'll face the opposite direction 10 feet away from me, and then...
And that's what it is.
And then she calls me old.
Motherfucker, I go through the same shit. It pisses me off.
It's a conspiracy.
It is, bro.
I think they're made to make us think that we're losing our shit.
Well, and you know what? With that being said, Dave, I'm gonna make it simple. I'm getting rid of my hearing. I don't need to hear these bitches, bro.
I need hearing because I love music too much.
I'm getting rid of my hearing.
Do you
straight up.
realize, Todd, when I hear like really good music,
Yeah.
I get goosebumps. Bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But
serious,
guess what happens?
still.
You can bring me to that same show. Like, dude, you hear that dope ass music, and you're at the show. I'm right there with you, bro. Like literally right next to you, feeling the same shit, bro. Just
Yep.
ain't hearing it.
It's gonna happen tonight. We're going to see Rakim
What?
at Tipitina's.
Humbra.
Excited.
Except we both have hearing.
Yes.
All of our five senses.
I would. It's fair to say that we're going to keep our hearing. So cross that off the list. We're going to keep our sight and our hearing.
I'm telling you right now, I'm getting rid of my hearing.
You would volunteer to lose your hearing?
I'm
That's
okay
where
with,
you and I part ways, brother. Because I would never.
Well, it would be hearing or smell. But yeah, dude. Like now that I think about it, there's more things that I hear that piss me off. Nothing pisses me off that I smell. There's sounds. Dude, I gotta tell you about this shit, bro. This is unfucking believable to me.
Do tell.
Okay, I'm not gonna exaggerate here. I'm being 100% above board. This is exactly what happens, dude.
Okay.
So I work with this. The layout of my new office is an open layout. That's like the thing, right? There are cubicles, but it's an open layout. So,
Right.
Basically, so there's hallways, but all cubicles are open. So unless you're wearing earbuds, you're hearing everything. Like there's just a lot of that. Like,
Yeah, a lot of background.
A ton of tapping and what people are doing working in offices. So, but I happen to work with this guy. He's an old fucking guy that needs to be gone because I'm sorry, he's old and he needs to get rid of his old habits.
He might have dementia.
Or retire. He's friendly. I love him.
Go give him some booties.
Dude, he does this, Dave. He's like the big coffee drinker in the office.
Yeah.
And he sits close enough to me to where I hear every time he does this.
Yeah.
Every time he takes a sip of coffee, he does this. So I'm not embellishing. That's how he takes his sips of coffee. It's an oral across the room. You can hear it like gurgling.
That's terrible.
And then he does this. And to me, this is what kills me because I can picture it in my head.
Yeah.
So he does this after he takes his gurgling sip of coffee.
Oh my God.
He fucking aerates his mouth and then swishes the coffee around his fucking mouth, bro.
Oh my God.
That seems horrible. Like he's just almost like sludging his teeth with
All right,
stain.
I'm going to give you a bit of hope. I'm going to give you a silver lining. Okay? You ready? Yeah, because
Anything.
I know. Your
Anything.
eyebrows are raised because you're like, what fucking silver lining? This is your silver lining. Your past track record with jobs tells me that you're not going to be at this particular job for a long amount of time, right? So, on your itinerary, when you get fired or quit, is to stand up and be like, are you fucking serious?
Dave, it's
Do you
fucking
realize
crazy. It's
how
crazy.
fucking annoying that is and how disgusting it is?
Well,
Maybe it's not disgusting. Maybe I went too far.
It is disgusting.
You might
Dave,
as well.
If it wouldn't be disgusting if he wouldn't swish the shit around.
Well, it's
in his
gross
mouth-
to
in his
hear,
mouth.
is what I'm getting at. So you might as well write your speech to him for when you get fired or quit.
Dude, it's like
See what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Plan ahead. Plan
100%.
ahead, bro.
Dave, it's almost like, let me just try to make this, try to let you feel how this feels to me. Okay, so like I turn around and I look at him because like I hear it, like
He ain't catching a hint.
dude, I'll give him the stank eye and he ain't catching no hint, and then he'll still come in like we're still homies, like so I'm not gonna be I'll be a dick in the moment, like if he turns around.
You gotta have mercy. You know what I mean?
Right, but he comes up and like starts small talking me, and I'm like, yeah, buddy, right, like so it's all good, but dude. I turn around and I look at him because I'm like, what's going on? Like this is insane in my brain. Like it's crazy to me.
Is it insane in the membrane?
It's insane inside of my membrane.
Insane
so
in
I'll
the
turn
brain?
around and look at him when he goes from the to the when he goes in between that, dude. I know that he's savoring it. Like he is. Like,
he's loving that shit. Does he have teeth in his head?
I don't know. I'll refuse to look.
He might not have teeth in
Dave,
his
it's
head.
fucking horrible, man.
The people that don't have teeth in their head, they got special situations going on.
I'm sure he has teeth. He does. As a matter of fact, I can now recall he has teeth.
Well, what if it's dentures and it's getting above his denture palate and he's just sucking the
It's a
coffee
massage.
out of... No, he's sucking the coffee back out of the denture palate so that he can swallow it.
Dave,
Like,
either way, it makes me want to fucking throw up.
yeah.
It's horrible, bro, and he does it. It's so loud. Dude, I have these wireless earbuds that I normally put one in one ear so I can be respectful to like anybody that wants to communicate with
Right,
me because
yeah.
that's what you do in a fucking office setting.
Yeah.
Unless you have to contend with people that slurp and swish coffee.
Ah, that's terrible.
Dude, one earbud doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I can
I
still
feel
hear.
for you, man. Because what do
bad.
you do in that situation?
Bad.
Do you stand up and cause a scene and be a dick, and then he'll never bullshit with you again, and you feel bad because you just fucked that man's day up?
It has to happen. Dude, he fucks my whole week up. Dude, but no, I'll get up and walk away. I'll just walk
Okay.
out
What
of the
about this?
office.
What about this? What if you ask your boss if you can be moved to a different cubicle because of the proximity of a nearby air vent?
I can't be. Because of my proximity to my essentially the people that I
Coworkers.
work with.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, but there is no, but what I do intend on, I just need to ask the people around me if they hear the same thing. I just need to be sure, right?
That won't help. It's still
They've been
gonna
there
bug the fuck out of you.
They've been there a lot longer than I have, and if they can deal with it, I need to find out how they deal with it.
Well, see, I can relate to you sort of because I used to work with a cat that
I've
would
never had to deal with
he
anything
would
like
he
this.
would like he would use sugar in his coffee,
Mm-hmm.
1 spoon of sugar in his coffee, and he had one of those just like you got right now, aluminum mugs.
Yeah.
And he would sit there with the teaspoon and the aluminum
ting,
mug,
ting, ting,
ting
ting,
ting 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 ting, and you know, after a few minutes in my head, I'm raging. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fucking dissolved. It's made to
yes, yes,
dissolve.
yes,
it's
yes,
dissolved
yes, yes,
already.
bruh.
Stop.
But that ends. His shit doesn't end until like 4 cups later.
Well, you got to do something. You got to figure something out.
Dude, it's bad, bruh. It's
Okay.
bad.
How about this? I call.
Dude,
how about this? I call
Dave.
and I ask to speak to him, and anonymously I tell him, stop fucking doing this. You're pissing off the people in your office, and I was hired by 3 people in your office. I was given $20 a pop by 3 people in your office to call you and tell you this.
We hear you slurping, and it must stop now.
Yeah. How about we get a Reloaded 504 in to make the call for us?
We would love you for. I personally would love you for that.
They could even throw in the fact. They could be like, look, I need you to stop fucking doing this because I'm a Reloaded 504ian for life.
That's right.
Bitch.
That's right. Look, we don't need any kneecaps taken out. We don't need
Nah.
any explosives involved.
Nah.
We just need a stern,
Yeah.
frightening.
He needs a stern talking to.
This kid, he's really out of control. But no, Dave, honestly. So what I intend on doing is,
Hey, I got your back. I'll do that. Right.
I appreciate it, and it might come down to this. So it's gotten to the point where my coworkers, the people that I work with directly, haven't been in the office for the last week when I really started noticing it.
Yep.
So maybe I'm thinking he just does it when they're not around. So maybe people do bitch
Now
at him.
you're developing conspiracy theories. This shit is starting to drive you insane. We need to do something about
Quite
this
possibly.
like
dude.
ASAP.
I need a break. I need
All
a
right.
break, or it's gonna get out of control.
I tell you what, we're going to choose one of the interns, and that's going to be their first mission. To call and do that.
I think it has to happen, Dave.
Yeah.
It's bringing me to the point to where
Just look, I tell you what, I'm going to take care of it, all right? But whatever happens, I need you to let everybody know on the next episode how it turned out.
Absolutely. So,
Okay.
But hey, look, just do me a favor and let's not try to cause any strokes, heart attacks.
Yeah, nothing violent. We already established that.
Yeah.
No shocking bullshit,
Yeah.
We want everybody to walk away feeling like they
just a
won,
nice, stern
and
talking
nobody can
to.
feel like they won if they killed an old man.
You have to understand that people can hear what's going on inside of your disgusting mouth, sir.
Yeah,
And we don't want to hear it.
yeah.
And if it doesn't come to an end, then, I don't know, you might lose some teeth, bitch.
Yeah, it might get down to that.
Because it's really hard to work in these environments.
It's one of them things that gets under your skin, and you can't.
You
You
can't.
notice it. The more it fucking aggravates you, the more it aggravates you. Like it's just
There's
perpetual.
nothing I can do.
It's
I can
perpetual motion.
The only thing I can do is shut it out, and that means shutting out the entire office.
Yeah, which is not cool. And you're trying to be polite. He doesn't realize he's being impolite, and he's a nice guy. So we're gonna take it easy. So that's what we're gonna do. Either we're gonna leave it up to.
Hey,
the
hopefully-
normal
hopefully-
avenues.
I'm hoping that one of you guys
Reloaded
responds.
504ians out there. We need a volunteer to call and set this dude straight. We want to do it like semi rude, but mostly nice, but semi-rude.
I'm thinking this. This is what I'm thinking.
You should record it when you do it. That way we can put it on the show.
Well, I'm thinking the phone call should go as this.
And
So,
you're definitely getting a T-shirt for this.
100%. The caller should simply mock him, and I will give instructions. So the caller should take a large sip of water.
How does this fucking sound?
Take a large sip of water and swish it around, and then aerate the water in their mouth,
Right.
so it makes abundant sound. Mm-hmm. And then swish it around for about 5 seconds.
He might not get the hint. I think they should get down.
I'm
They
gonna go
should
with
get
the hint.
down
I'm
to
gonna
the-
go with the hint first.
No, they should get down to brass tacks, man. They should call and be like, "Hey, you don't understand how fucking annoying that is. You need to stop that shit. You're pissing people off.
But
I was hired by 3 people from this office."
That's a possibility, but it's kind of rude. It's kind of aggressive.
It is aggressive, but it incriminates not you.
Dude,
It
he
incriminates 3 fictitious people.
I hear you. I'm not worried about the end game of that. Doesn't concern me so
I
much.
think that's handling it diplomatically. You gotta drive it home, man.
Okay, so what
Your
I do-
stink eye is not sinking in.
Dude,
so
what I do-
the words.
No, but listen, hear me out, Dave. Jeez, bro. So what I do is I'll turn around and I'll start doing that, like swishing my spit around.
And he doesn't get that?
Well, like I can't develop enough fucking saliva to compensate with his tsunami of fucking coffee in his mouth.
You need to be careful. He might think that's like a mating call or some shit.
It didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Old people are fucking crazy these days.
That
dude.
might be him calling back to you. He could have dementia. You don't know, bro. It's dangerous out there. But I'm just saying, I think my suggestion is diplomatic.
Well, look, man, I'm glad that I shared this with you guys, and hopefully I can get some clarity.
I'm ready to roll dogs on this fucking dude.
I
I tell you
know.
what,
I
I'll give it
know.
a
I
week.
appreciate
If one of
that.
our Reloaded 504ians doesn't volunteer for the job, I'm going to do it. I'm going to call there. I'm going to be like, look, I'm trying to be diplomatic about this, but
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
lose a kneecap if you don't stop swishing shit around.
I'm glad that I seem to have struck it. See, it's one of those topics
Just
that,
looking out for you, bro.
that strikes a nerve, and
Yeah.
I appreciate it. That's what friends are for, man. Look, hey, look, I'd like to leave you guys. I'd like to leave the 504ians with this. Wait, what's some cheesy? I can't think of a friend rhyme. Like friendship is golden.
Yeah.
Swing.
Friends don't let friends sit next to old men in cubicles that swish shit around in their mouths.
Yeah, that stuff.
Motherfuckers.
All right.
Speaking of being diplomatic, man, answer me this. If Jesus
Himself.
ran for president right now in 2019, do you think he would win?
Yes.
No
He would
way.
win with.
Earlier, you and I were talking about the power of religion, right? And I don't know. I kind of question it. I think he would lose. It would be by
To Trump?
a close margin. We're not going to discuss who his opposing running partner would be.
Okay.
We're just going to say, in general, if people were faced with the option, hey, would you like Jesus to be president?
Dude, he would get the votes just on the optics of it. Like, you see a poster with Jesus, you're voting, vote Jesus. It's like something that everybody's wanted to do.
There goes our next T-shirt, bro.
Yeah, dude, if Jesus runs, like, I don't know why some Latin fella named Jesus hasn't run, and his platform has simply been vote for Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, vote for Pedro was popular, and that was just some
Vote for
bullshit in a
right,
fucking movie.
Exactly. Just imagine if Pedro
What
was,
a catchphrase, vote Jesus.
dude, yeah, like you're encapsulating, like, I don't know, the largest religion in the world, right? Like their beliefs,
Yeah.
even though like
Catholicism?
you're mocking them.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
It's a big war machine.
I might change my name to Jesus and then run for president.
Let me ask you this. You're not a religious person, just like I'm not a religious person. But do
Correct.
you think Jesus could do a better job of running the country than anybody we've seen so far in our lifetime?
No. Yes, I do believe that a fictitious character would do a better job than any human. Absolutely.
Come on, man. Cut me some slack. I'm just saying.
I'm being honest. Like, that's my answer. Seriously, I believe
Not-
that cartoon Jesus would do a better job.
Not because he's fictitious. I'm just saying because I don't know. He's got hella morals, and he's not going to
Yeah.
be stealing money or be corrupt.
Right.
He would be the most uncorrupt politician ever.
I mean, but like,
And that's
so
like a big
children
difference.
would still get murdered by their parent. Like, dude,
Who?
the Bible is like tell.
Oh,
if,
yeah.
So if
Yeah, yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
was like the Bible Jesus, then it'd be horrible. But he's gonna get the votes off GP, man. He's gonna get the votes.
I beg to differ. I think right now we're experiencing
I don't know what platform.
great
What platform
turning point.
are you gonna lean on to defeat Jesus?
Well, I think Republicans and Democrats would unite against Jesus because they realize he's such a formidable opponent.
I don't know, man. That's saying a lot, dude. You're talking about like fucking cats and dogs uniting to fight fucking fish, bro.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I can't see that happening.
The whole country is at odds with each other until we go into a world war, and then all of a sudden we're best buddies, and everybody links up together to defeat the enemy.
I know. Isn't fucking humanity like just a big ball of hypocrisy and bullshit? Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
The way that it like works out like that?
It's awesome in the sense of like it's dumbfounding, not awesome like cool.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what really it's dumbfounding is that if you take that dynamic and you go from top down,
Yeah.
it works opposite. Like it's what makes me want to quit working for anybody that has any authority, because the economics don't trickle down, but the responsibility trickles down. It's no longer like it used to be where the top dog had all the responsibility. That's all being funneled downwards.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I can't see how any CEO is making any decisions that affect your life or my life.
Well, no, but what difference does that make?
Whereas people, how do I preface this? So let's say that I have an issue with a company. I have an issue with a big company. I have a gripe with Uber. I get into an Uber and I ended up getting stolen from.
Yeah.
My wallet turns up missing or some shit.
Okay.
And basically what I'm getting at is whoever the CEO of Uber is, I don't know his name or her name. They don't care. They're not going to do anything for me. There's
Right.
That's
Like they don't give two shits, right?
That's I guess all that I'm saying. I don't know in what context that necessarily applies to our conversation. My bad.
Oh, dude, I got to tell you, I recently went on a mini vacation.
Kayaking.
Mini vacation.
Yeah.
Went downtown to New Orleans for 2 days with my wife while we
Word.
enjoyed the luxury of having a babysitter. And one of the things that occurred during that time was we ordered food from Uber Eats, I believe, and some Mexican restaurant. And one of the specific instructions that we gave them was to make sure that we had napkins and utensils.
Right.
And we get the food, and lo and behold, no napkins, no utensils. Now, this is Mexican food, so part of that's okay because, you know, tacos are hand food, burritos are hand food, but you also have refried beans, you also have Spanish rice, you have these other things, you know, pico de gallo to put on your stuff. So, and it's a double whammy because if you have no utensils, you're really going to need some napkins because you're handling all your food with your fingers. If
Right.
you have no napkins, you're really going to need some utensils because you're not going to want to touch the food because you don't have napkins in the first place.
Correct.
So we got fucked.
Well, are we in a hotel setting?
Yes.
Okay, well,
we
that's
don't
where the-
have any fucking utensils
that's
in a
where the-
hotel setting, and you don't have any paper towels in a hotel setting.
Well, that's where the hotel loses out. That's when you just go to their you go to their towel service.
Well, that's what we had to do.
Right.
Basically, we
Right.
had to eat our fucking food with our hands,
Well-
and by the way, the food sucked.
the tacos.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
food sucked.
Well, no, I mean, what you do in that position, in that situation,
So I was pissed off like 3 different ways.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, that sucks. I mean, what I would do in that situation is I would just simply call down to I'd call the front desk and be like, "Can you send some utensils up? We just
Yeah.
ordered some delivery and they fucked up." and some napkins, and they're gonna send that shit like you'll get it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's we had to fend for ourselves out in the wild.
Yeah, it gets
And-
crazy like that sometimes.
The name of the restaurant, by the way, was Felipe's. It's downtown New
Yeah,
Orleans.
dude,
and
they
the name of the
they- good
restaurant is
food.
Felipe's, and their fucking food sucks. So this is the plan of action, right?
I thought they had good food.
No, they don't. My wife, most of her meal she didn't eat. I ate the burrito because
It was not authentico.
I'm fucking hungry and I need to fill a gap. So I need to make a turd. I'm eating that food. It's all good. But I was not happy, and she was not happy, and I was aggravated. So we both go online and leave reviews. I forget what it was on, like Google or Yelp or some shit like that, right? So this dude emails me. I guess it's the owner or the manager of Felipe's, and he emails me and says, I read about your experience. I'm sorry that we didn't send napkins. Doesn't even mention the utensils. I'm sorry we didn't send napkins. What can I do to make this right? And I said, honestly, man, half the food you sent us, we didn't even eat because we didn't enjoy it. And not sending napkins and utensils when we requested that specifically was pretty aggravating. And I just want my money back. Now, we're talking to probably like $20, $30. Wasn't nothing, right?
Right.
So he says, I'm sorry, I can't give you your money back because you paid the money to Uber Eats. You didn't pay the money to us. But I can offer you a gift certificate to our restaurant. And I'm like, what the fuck good is that to me? I don't even care what your circumstance is. It's like, if I bought a gallon of paint from you and you're like, I don't like that color, and then I'll offer you another gallon free, I'm not helping you. Fucking you.
No. So what he's doing, I think what you would do is a bit what you can.
He
only
was
what you
trying
can do.
to satisfy me so that I would go change the fucking review
He
because
was
that's
trying
what
to
people
satisfy
see.
you the only way that he could.
No.
How else is he going to do
You
it?
telling me he didn't get paid
What
from
did
our
you want?
purchase?
What did you want?
I wanted my money back. He asked me, what can I do to make this right? I said, this is what you can do to make this right.
yeah, I
he
mean, I
said,
guess he could-
I can't do
like-
that to make it right.
He
And
could've-
then I was like, well, that's fucked up,
His
Felipe.
hand, he could have like wrote you a personal check maybe.
He didn't-
I don't know what his.
Hey, bro.
Oh, he was the owner.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, he could have wrote a.
Whatever the fuck he was, if he, in all earnestness, said, what can I do to make this right? And I said the one thing that they could do to make it right, which was reasonable, which was give me my money back because
Right.
your food and your service sucked, and he didn't give it back. And on top of that, he's like, hey, let me give you a gift certificate for more food that you didn't enjoy. What the fuck is that, man? And this dude will not stop contacting me, bro. I haven't gone, like, I'm one step away from, like, going to amend my review to be like, food sucked, didn't get these things. By the way, owner won't stop stalking me.
Do it.
I'm going to just leave it alone, bro.
No.
I feel bad for the dude. He's trying hard to figure out a situation that he's obviously not.
But that's
learn it.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like how? So, have you identified? So that his flaw is just simply not giving you your initial request.
If you're going to ask somebody.
How can we help?
No.
What can
if
we
you're
do to
gonna
make
ask
this better?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're prepared to accommodate me. I didn't
was-
ask
he
for.
wasn't prepared.
I didn't ask for a fucking Ferrari. I just
wasn't
said, give me my money back because the whole experience sucked. All the way around. It sucked.
Yeah, I've been there, dude. I can actually relate to you. And I
You wait 30, 40 minutes for food in a hotel restaurant. I mean, in a hotel. You know, I'm on a 25th floor. I'm not calling for room service to bring me napkins. It's going to take 20 or 30 minutes. They got 500 people there. Essence is next weekend. They got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't fall on them. I shouldn't have to wait for them. And this dude should have just sent fucking napkins and utensils, and his food shouldn't have sucked. But
Yeah.
straight up, bro, my wife didn't eat that. She left like, I don't even know, like the majority of her shit, 4 or 5 tacos, like everything. She didn't eat it.
see the bottom line in that situation. It's funny, all right, because I have a story that a short story I'm gonna tell after I say this. So yeah, so this is an example of the customer is always right, because in this sense the customer has to be right, because you're delivering a service that you allow them to specify, right?
Yeah.
So the customer, you allow the customer to always be right. Now I'll follow that. So they fucked up. 100%, right? Followed up by this. I was at the dollar store yesterday buying my light box equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude that was in front of me, I didn't even realize he was a customer in front of me. So I pull up into the line.
You pull up into the line at the dollar store?
With my cart.
Oh, you pull up with your cart.
Yeah.
All right, I thought you were doing a drive-by.
Yeah, no, I pull up with my cart into the line at the dollar store, and the cashier is like, oh, just excuse me for 1 minute. I gotta go to the bathroom. I can't wait. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Go ahead. But apparently, what happened was that she didn't finish the dude in front of me's transaction, so she didn't give him his change, which was like 30 cents or whatever it was.
Right.
So all of a sudden, like, I'm just standing in line waiting, like, whatever. I got 30 seconds to waste, right? Like, I'm probably looking at my phone. I don't know. I was probably on my phone looking at Reloaded504 or, like, Todd Crane Nola on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Or, like, I was probably on, like, Purple Fox Media trying to, like, get my Airbnb taken care of,
Hey, man, straight the fuck up. If you need to find quality content in a hurry, go to wherever podcasts are streamed and look up Reloaded504. You're gonna laugh. Give me 5 minutes, you're gonna laugh.
Yeah, it's
all right, so
it's guaranteed. So I'm in line, and all of a sudden this guy, he's like this guy that, like, this little black guy, but like with like an this little African guy, right? Like, he had an African accent.
I got you.
Starts saying, where the fuck is my change? Like, he starts bitching about his change, and basically saying, like, I'm the customer, I'm right, I spent money at your business, you are going to give me my change when I want my change.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently as a result of, like, the girl having to, like, really go to the bathroom and, like, I don't know, kind of working on human empathy.
And, like, there was, like, an air of entitlement in
human empathy. He did not have that empathy.
Right, because he was entitled to quicker service.
He's a customer, and he is not going to wait. When I get my change when I want my change.
Yeah.
Because I paid the customer. I'm the paying customer.
Right.
And so at this point, like, so another, like, cashier, there was only two employees in the whole place that I saw. The other person comes and, like, does what she's like, okay, sir, I'll take care of you, but I have to count down my till, right?
Yeah.
A new person comes in, you have to, that's how they keep business fair.
Right.
You count down the till.
Yeah.
No, my change now.
He lost his shit.
He had already lost. So at this point, I'm looking at him like, and then, like, the people behind me in line, like, I just happen to be the next person in line. The people behind me in line are starting to get heated. He starts loud capping them. I'm loud capping him at this point. Like,
oh, Jesus.
Do you realize you're fucking causing? Do you realize if you would have let these people check out, they would have given that. The change would have been generated to give you instead of your stupid ass causing this fucking problem.
Yeah.
And then he's going back and forth. It got to the point where, like, I mean,
you thought some shit was about to go down.
It didn't get to that point, but I was 100% ready for it. Like, if he was all about backing down. He was a small guy, like, smaller than me.
Why didn't you give him a fucking $1? Be like, here's $1.
Dude, I didn't know.
Go fuck yourself.
Like, I mean, no, I ain't giving him shit. Like, dude, if I was gonna give him anything, I was gonna fuck him up. Like, seriously.
I would pay somebody $1 to be able to get rid of them.
I didn't know what his change situation was like. He was just bitching, like, no, I get my change when I am a customer.
It wasn't even funny because he had the accent?
I mean, at first, I guess. But, like, the dude started, he basically ruined the whole day for everybody. Like, caused the operation to shut down.
Reloaded504 ends. If there's one lesson you should learn from all of this, it's don't be a fucking dick. Yeah, like, I know we open with 100%. Don't be a vagina, but don't be a dick either. Like, there should be no sex in the air about your daily goings on. Like, I mean, just be cool, man. What the fuck?
Dude, 100%. What Dave said to the 10th, But look, what I gathered. Look, I'm in the dollar store in New Orleans, right? So we're the melting pot, but I'm in the dollar store. That's like the extra melting pot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's a residue.
Everybody's there. Like, everybody. Like, there just ain't no division in a dollar store.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
all equals in a motherfucking dollar store.
That's right. We're all there for the same reason.
And this dude he almost caused a motherfucking uprising in a dollar store. Like, we almost had to take, almost like a terrorist in a fucking, in a plane. We almost had to take him down.
I would think that it would be easier to catch your issue in a dollar store than it would to be catching your issue in, I don't know, an upscale boutique.
Hey, bro.
Like, you can get your block knocked off a whole lot quicker in a dollar
Homeboy
store
was fucking with the
than
wrong
you can.
crowd. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't realize this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe him and his fucking
Maybe-
accent and all that shit, he don't realize
Yeah.
what time it is.
Yeah.
You should have been like, hey,
100%.
you need to
Dave.
be fearing for your life right now
That-
because you're
it-
pissing a lot of people off, and we ain't got a whole lot
It
of
was
money, so
getting
we
to
just
that
walk
point.
around pissed off already.
It was getting to the point, Dave. It was getting to the point where the people behind
Damn.
me were saying, I don't have time for this. And when
Yeah.
they start saying that, then people
Yeah.
start getting hostile.
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt pressed into this because, look, I'm a man, and look, I'm not gonna lie, I started to get emotional. Like, he started to play with my emotions, saying like, I'm not gonna be treated like this. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you fucking my day up right now.
You might get treated worse than
So
this.
you about to get fucking your teeth drugged through the carpet, through the fucking parking lot,
You could have
motherfucker.
knocked him out and been the hero of everybody else in line that day.
I was thinking about just walking up to him, fucking just like taking him by the head and throwing
You'd
him
have felt
somewhere.
bad because, like you said, the dude was already small as fuck.
He couldn't have defended himself.
Right.
I mean, he was being like, he was acting like he was like.
You could have open hand slapped him.
Done.
Yeah.
That I could have done. That would have solved. That would actually might have. That might have been a fairly rational decision at that point.
Yeah, I
Like,
wouldn't
I
have
might have
blamed
gotten
you.
a standing
I wouldn't.
clap.
Yeah, you would have got a stand and clap and Reloaded504, and then they would have been like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand
Yeah.
where you're
yeah,
coming
yeah.
from."
No, it.
Anyway. All right, look. We're
the
about to
answer.
go. We got to get the fuck out of here. Not only because we're past our time, but we got to Uber out to see the man Rakim
I like fish
on the mic.
because it's my favorite dish.
That's right. About to go see Rakim at Tipitina's. I hope to
got
see
nothing
some
but sweat
Reloaded
inside my
504ians at Tipitina's. You heard me? That'd be nice. All right, everybody. Peace. We love y'all. We'll be back soon.
Yay! Nothing but
And
love. Holla. Woo.
stream us. Put us in your baby's room while it's drifting off to sleep because we're as smooth as a lullaby. We love y'all. Peace.
Yeah, bro. No, we good on